When I'm naked in the meadow and I'm swinging my hips and I'm dancing, my junk's going flap, flap, flap up and down today. Anyway, speaking of having your junk flap up and down, I want to do a sequel to my rant from yesterday on WWE. Now, since I and many of the rest of us are quote unquote the new authority, okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that position very seriously, right? Just like they do, right? Sure. Okay, so is acting new authority? Okay, here's my first order of business. We are going to ban from the lexicon the term reaching for the brass ring. And any McMahon family member who uses that term immediately gets 30-day suspension. And upon them returning, if they do it again, then it's future endeavors scumbag. Fuck you. You're out of there. You use that term again, Triple H, Stephanie, any of them, they use that term, reaching for the brass ring, they're immediately gone. Gone. Out of here. Okay? That hear me. Hear me. I'll try to speak precisely. Hear me. They use the term again, they're gone. Why? For two reasons. One, it's bullshit. Two, it's simply a metaphor for Vince's fucking balls. Reaching for the brass ring is reaching for Vince's balls. You cup his fucking balls, you're golden. You see John Cena on that one. Roman Reigns, Triple H himself, they cup his fucking balls, they're golden. Now, let's look at people who actually did reach for the brass ring. Sasha Banks. The real brass ring. Sasha Banks. Cody Rhodes. Look what Cody's doing now versus Stardust bullshit that they were hog-tying him with. Look where he is right now. Sandow. How about Sandow, who got over with the crowd? How about Rusev, who's over with the crowd? How about Zack Ryder, who I don't really personally care about, but he got over it with the crowd? How about any of them? How about Sami fucking Zayn, who got over with the crowd? Hell, there was even a report just recently that they didn't want Bayley going over in her hometown because they didn't want her going over. Shouldn't the purpose be that they go over? Because it just seems odd to me that, okay, if they go over and the fans are really into them, they'll come out and see them. They'll pay money to come see them. They will buy their merchandise. They will pay money to see them. But yet, WWE, read Vince McMahon, wants to crush them at every fucking twist and turn. Reach for the brass ring. Monday Night Raw. Okay. Reach for the brass fucking ring. Yet when they do, he shits all over them. He buries them. And people, do you throw out the word bury because they lost one match? Oh. No, these motherfuckers got buried. Legit buried. Bray fucking Wyatt. Dude, Bray Wyatt was so over at one point that it was insane. People were chanting and shit when he would come to the ring. It was insane. And what did they do? They fed him the Cena. Now I talked about this in the last clip, but I'm trying to make it more of a precise, shorter clip because I don't plan to go another hour. I'm going to make this very, very short, hopefully. But yeah, we're as new acting authority, we, the collective, are going to ban that fucking term because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. As I said, it's nothing more than a metaphor for Vince's fucking balls. That's it. Reach for his balls, cup his balls, and you'll be good. Because the entire program is nothing more than his ego. That's why people are sick of it. Again, you want to know why people boo Roman Reigns? Oh, it's because Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan has nothing to do with that. First off, if anybody had anything to do with that, and I talked about this numerous times on other clips, but you know why they booed Roman Reigns? Well, for two. One, he's not very good. He's just not. I'm sorry. He's just not good. He's kind of boring. In ring, on mic, the whole thing. He's not as bad. I personally think he's a better wrestler than Cena. He's definitely not good on the mic. He's definitely not as good on the mic as Cena, but whatever. It has nothing to do with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was the only way I could describe it is Daniel Bryan was not the issue. Daniel Bryan sort of became the scapegoat, where people are like, "Oh, well, we wanted Daniel Bryan." Well, no, because if you go back to that Royal Rumble in question, yes, people wanted Daniel Bryan to win. Then he got kicked out. What do? They went to the next guy that they wanted to win. The fans were cheering and shit. Well, that motherfucker got thrown out. They started to boo, so they went to the next guy. It happened. It happened. I saw it. I watched it. Okay. Finally, it was Roman Reigns left in the ring, and people were actually cheering for Roman Reigns. This is back when Roman Reigns was actually over. And what they had Batista come in, and Batista came in, threw him out, and then he went on to WrestleMania to face Randy Orton. See, here's where the problem lies. This is where the problem lies. It had nothing to do with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was sort of he sort of became the poster boy of, we want this because Vince doesn't want this. He wants Roman Reigns. Fuck that. That's where all that came from. Because 90% of the booing of Roman Reigns is directed at Vince. And Kevin Dunn and all these other fucking idiots and clowns in the back. Okay. I'm telling you right now, that is a fact. And the reason, it has nothing to do with Batista, by the way. Batista had nothing to do with it. Actually, if anything, I will blame The Rock. Because, again, The Rock came in, he had his hot minute with the fucking title and Cena and all that bullshit. Okay, fine. Mr. Hollywood comes in, he gets the title. Fine. It is what it is. But then they repeated the same bullshit a year later with Batista, and people were like, no, don't. You're not having Mr. Hollywood come in, win the title for a hot minute, and then just leave at WrestleMania because, no. That's where the shit came in. And then he came in Royal Rumble because they're going to put him in WrestleMania. And we knew he was gone before August to go promote Guardians of the Galaxy, so he was only going to be there for a hot minute. Now, I do give Dave a lot of credit. When he's there, he wrestles, and I give him a shitload of credit. Rock doesn't wrestle when he's there. Brock doesn't wrestle when they're there. Half of them don't wrestle when they're there. So I will give Batista a shitload of credit. When Batista's there, he fucking wrestles. That's it. I give him a shitload of credit for that. I give him a lot of respect for that. I think the motherfucker even did SmackDown once, and they treat SmackDown like a redheaded stepchild. Whatever. I don't want to get into all that stuff. But no, as I said, acting is new acting authority. You're the authority. Oh, yeah, right. Bullshit. Give me a break. Like, anybody actually thinks that our opinion fucking matters in this situation? We're only watching this trash thinking, what the fuck? Okay. But, hey, whatever. Oh, you're just entitled. You're goddamn right I'm entitled. You know why? Because I pay your fucking bills. That's why. I watch your bullshit. Bare minimum least you could do is put something on this actually feels like all I'm asking for of the product. The only thing I'm asking for out of this product is that I don't feel like I'm losing brain cells every time I fucking watch it. It's bare minimum least I'm asking for. And I don't think that's much to ask for as a viewer, as a longtime viewer of the product, who feels that the product has been far better in the past, has a lot to make up for, and just as a collective deserves better. The product deserves better. You're going to monopolize the fucking thing, then you damn well better do a good job. And guess what? Here's the news. You're not. You're not. And of course, you got all these fucking clowns in the community. They're making money. They're making $1 billion deals with Fox. You really think Fox is going to put up with that kind of shit? They're paying $1 billion for this crap. Really? 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 They're going to put... Apparently, and I don't know if this is true, but apparently what Fox wants to do is have this weekend lineup or some bullshit. Or like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever the fuck it is. And they're going to have like baseball and all this other bullshit. They're going to have baseball and I don't know what else they got going on. Football, boxing, whatever the fuck else they got. MMA, whatever they got. And WWE is going to be part of that. Now, you've got legit sports mixed with a clown show. Okay, wrestling right now, professional wrestling under the WWE umbrella has turned into a clown show. It has. It is nothing more than a clown fuck show. And I'm begging you, for fucking God's sake, when Heavy Machinery gets called up, please don't treat them like fucking clowns. Please don't make them the new comedy act. The comedy that they do, especially Otis, is good. Limited is good. Let them perform in the ring. They can do the little silly shit. It's great. You're going to put them in silly suits and have them dancing around and food fight and all that bullshit. I mean, that's good with the New Day. Fine. You're going to try to turn them into like New Day 2, like white guy version of New Day? No. Please don't do that. Keep the silly bullshit to a minimum with them. Because what they do is great. They actually are good at what they do. They're relatively okay in the ring. You know, I still think they're a little bit green. I think they should have matured a little bit more in NXT before they were called up. But because everything was, shit in the bed, we gotta make it look like we're making changes. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. I swear to God. Just bare minimum, please don't ruin those guys. Don't ruin any of them. You're going to call them up. Have a fucking plan. Dude, they called up Sanity almost a year ago. What have they done with Sanity? Nothing. Nothing. I think they used them once, maybe twice in a year. Killian fucking Dane was doing amazing shit in NXT. He has done nothing. He hasn't even been on TV that I watched the Hulu version, so they may have actually been on the actual TV where they cut that. Whatever reason they want to cut those guys, I don't know, but whatever. Maybe they've been on, I don't know, but the Hulu version they ain't been on. I swear to God, if you... I'm sorry, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your company, but it just doesn't seem... The logic is not there. It's like, okay, we're going to call up these developmental young guys. Not all necessarily young, but you get my point. We're going to call them up to the main roster and then have them do nothing. Just, why not? More Roman Reigns. He gets booed out of the building and there's more Roman Reigns. Oh, all these guys are called up? Yeah, no. Fuck it. We'll put Bobby Roode in catering. Bobby Roode goes in catering. But yeah, we're going to give you more fucking Roman Reigns that you can't fucking stand because he's not very good at what he does. The guy is a glorified mid-card, and that's simple. And I'm not trying to be mean to the guy. It's just he's a glorified mid-card. He is. He's no John Cena. He's no Hogan. He's not on that level. Very few guys are. I will admit that. But again, you're going to put all your little fuck eggs in one little fuck basket. Well, guess what? What do you got now? What does Raw have right now? Nothing. Nothing. They have nothing. And see, that's because again, that happened a few years ago. John Cena got hurt around Christmas time a few years back, and then a couple other people got hurt, and like some of the top stars got hurt. And that WrestleMania, I forgot which one it was. It was again a few years ago. When you look at the card of that, it was like literally bottom feeders at WrestleMania, because all the top guys were injured at that time. And that shit's going to happen. I understand you can't technically, legitimately accommodate for 5 or 6 top guys getting hurt. I can understand that. But when you've got nothing to fall back, again, and I don't want to use the term, I mean, again, you look back at the Attitude Era, And I don't give a fuck what era that was, but let's just look at that particular era. Austin gets hurt, you had The Rock. That's not a bad number 2, okay? Rock gets hurt, you had Triple H. It's not a bad number 3. He gets hurt. Who else did you have? You had Mick Foley and Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair at the time, and you had Kane and Undertaker, and those aren't bad guys to fall. I mean, seriously, when number 5 is like Shawn Michaels, your top 5, and the bottom of that top 5 is Shawn fucking Michaels, you got something good going there. Okay. Your top 3 get hurt, you got nobody, because you built nobody up, because you spent all this time building Roman Reigns, which is just a complete fuck failure to begin with. And to be honest with you, it hurt the show. They spend all their creativity bullshit, and I use the word creativity very fucking loosely, to try to put over this fucking guy who's getting booed out of the building. And then half the rest of the show is like, fuck it. It's like an old pair of... Honest to God, 90% of the show, two-thirds of the show, was like an old man's pair of balls just dragging along behind him. Just hanging down, dangling in the water. It's just, no. Because they made the top... Basically, the top of the show was top heavy. It was all Roman Reigns. Top heavy. Because they're trying to get the guy over. And it wasn't working. And again, I'm telling you right now, people booed him because they were booing Vince. They were not necessarily booing him. They were not booing Roman Reigns. They were booing Vince fuck McMahon. Okay? It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, I understand they don't give a flying fuck what people think. I get it. It's their product. They can do whatever they want with it. And hey, you know what? Like I said, they can do whatever they want. I'm not... It's just... It boggles my mind that they don't want to make money. It seems like a corporation who wants to make money then turns around and doesn't want to make money. I don't understand that. That for the life of Christ, I don't get that. I do not understand it. Your purpose is to make money, yet you don't want to actually make money. What do you want to do? You want to piss off the hardcore loyal fans who are like, what the fuck are you idiots doing? This is not watchable. It's boring. And quite frankly, it's an embarrassment. Like if I actually had friends and I was like, hey, you want to watch wrestling? I would not direct them to Monday Night Raw. I can tell you right the fuck now. I wouldn't say, hey, guess what? Yeah, go watch that. That'll be a good indicator of what to expect from this fucking shitty ass product that they pump out every Monday night. Absolutely not. I mean, remember back in the day when like playing video games was like embarrassing, or I'm a wrestling fan and it was kind of embarrassing? That's what we're talking about. It's that next level of embarrassment as a fan. A legitimate embarrassment as a fan. It insults my intelligence, and I'm a longtime fan, and I'm telling you, it insults my intelligence. And the fact that I still watch it, that speaks how fucking much of a loser that I am. And I don't know what to, I really don't know what to say. I admit I'm a fucking piece of trash. I'm a worthless fuck. I am literally one rainy day away from putting a gun in my fucking mouth and ending my fucking life. Okay, it's that sad. We're at that point in my life right now. That's the people who watch. You got young kids and suicidal assholes who just don't give a fuck about reality. Because this reality fucking sucks. I pray to Christ that CERN and the Mandela effect are real, because when I look at this reality right now, it would explain everything. It totally would explain everything. This reality fucking sucks because goddamn CERN and assholes and AI and time travel and bullshit. Okay, I could deal with that. I could actually deal with tinfoil hat bullshit to explain why everything's all fucked up right now. Whether it's video games or, oh my god, don't even get me started with that fucking bullshit. Destiny 2. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw a fucking party when that fucking game dies. Holy Christ, that game is fucking trash. I'm not even. Don't even get me. Don't even get me started with that fucking. I swear to God, this generation of gaming, holy fucking. Either the game isn't finished, the game is fucking broke, or the game is just straight shit. There's a few gems sprinkled in all of that, thankfully. I mean, God, Batman was a fucking bust. Mass Effect was garbage. oh my god, it's just constant. Oh my god. But like I said, I could deal with tinfoil. I would literally take a fucking. I would literally go to the local supermarket, go to where the tinfoil is. I don't even know where the tinfoil is at the local supermarket because I never buy tinfoil because I don't give a fuck. But if I could figure out where the hell it is in the supermarket, I would go there and I would literally just rip out fucking sheets of it, and just rip it, just spew it out, and then just ball it up into this big fucking ball and wear it on my head like a goddamn afro. Okay, I would tinfoil fucking hat that shit, and believe in the Mandela effect. Believe that sometime around 2012, our fucking existence imploded. The entire universe fucking died, and we went, and our consciousness got absorbed into like another alternate universe where everything is fucked up. It's all fucked up. And seriously, I just made holiday fucking fudge, and I remember as a kid it was Jiffy. Jiff fucking Y, not Jif. There was Skippy, there was Jiffy. Everybody made the joke, why not Petey? Because it's a Peter Pan. I remember that joke, and I don't remember why. It makes no sense. If it wasn't Jiffy, then it makes no goddamn sense. That joke, it's not even funny. Curious fucking George. That motherfucker had a tail. It makes no goddamn sense. You look at the artwork for that motherfucker now. There's a whole back end. You see Curious George, he's standing with a little banana looking at it. He's about ready to shove it up his ass. And you look behind him, there's like 3 inches of a dead white space. The motherfucker had a tail. It's not there anymore. Again, I will harken back to I had the book as a child and I remember. It was you open it up. I don't remember what page it was, but you open it up and it was a 2-page spread. On the left side was a couch, and on the right side was the man in the yellow fucking hat. And he's like, "Where's Curious George?" And you look at the couch, and you see the tail sticking out from behind it or under it. I can't remember which one it was, but you see the tail sticking out. And you're like, "Where's Curious George?" And it's like it was kind of a dead giveaway. He's right there because it's fucking tail. You look at it now, there's no tail. Basically, you got this faggot in a yellow hat looking at a couch, and where's Curious George? I don't know, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? On the couch. Is he behind it? Did the couch fall on him? Did it crush him? I don't know. Did you shove him up your ass? I don't know. Neither where's Curious George? I don't know where Curious George is. This reality is fucking bullshit. This reality is fucking bullshit. Kit Kat had a fucking dash in it. It was Kit fucking dash cat. How I know? Because I'm 400 goddamn pounds and I bought them by the case. I bought them by the case from Amazon. And I know I would take them out and it was a king size bar and it had like the two, and it had the split, had the little dash. And I remember that because I remember this white, the white lettering, the dash, and fuck you. Tell me I have to misremember. I got you misremembering hanging, motherfucker. Don't get me started with that bullshit. Stupid scumbag bullshit universe. And it's all part of WWE's part of it too. There used to be a time when that shit was actually good. There was a time when this shit was actually watchable. It was actually watchable. I don't know, man. You gotta understand. This product is so fucking bad that I'm willing to accept the fact that there's a Mandela effect that explains why it's so bad currently. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? No, do you hear the words? I am willing to tinfoil hat my existence and say, hey, guess what? We're living in an alternate universe. We all died at some point. Because remember that old shirt where they'd show the universe and it was an arrow pointing. Let's see, if you're looking at it, it would be on the left side and it was like right there and it was like, you are here. And it's like, that's where Earth is supposed to be. Well, apparently that's not where Earth is. Now Earth is like around the other side. Okay, this universe is fucked up. We're living in an alternate goddamn universe. I'm telling you right now, it's a fact. It is a fact. It has to be a fact. Because then that means if it's not a fact, then we as a collective people are just fucking stupid. And if there is God, Jesus needs to come back and completely destroy us all because we are fucking stupid. WWE is a perfect prime example of the stupid that I'm referring to. And don't even get me started with politics. Holy Jesus Christ, don't even get me started with that fucking shit. I should go on a whole fucking rant to that bullshit, too. I'm a simple person. Leave people the fuck alone. They want to fuck up, let them do it. As long as they ain't hurting other people. Okay? Whatever they want to do, it ain't hurting you. Okay? They ain't coming into your bedroom, fucking in the ass. Give me a break. I don't care what people do. I really don't give a flying fuck anymore. It's to the point. I've got enough problems of my own to worry about instead of worrying about what other people are trying to do when they're now, when people want to come out and be like, oh, I'm going to do this, and blah, blah, blah. When you start putting it in my face, then I get a little pissed off. Like this war on Christmas. How in the fuck is there a goddamn war on fucking Christmas when I'm seeing Christmas decorations in my local supermarket in fucking June, you assholes? Oh, you can't say Merry Christmas anymore. I swear to Christ, as a child, when people would say Happy Holidays, I simply thought it was a condensed version of saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. As a child, I didn't give a fuck about the Jews. I didn't give a fuck about the Muslims. I didn't give a fuck about other religions. I just thought it was Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Instead of saying all that bullshit, you say Happy Holidays. It's a blanket statement. It covered everything. Now all of a sudden, it's some sort of code for liberalism. Bullshit. Okay. I'm going to take Jesus out of Christmas. White Santa and all this other bullshit. Again, if there's a war on fucking Christmas, why am I seeing Christmas decorations in June? I don't get it. I don't get it. The fact that this product, this WWE current product, is so fucking garbage that is making me literally insane talking about alternate realities. Do you hear? Do you see what you have done, Vince? Do you see what you have done? I want to be sane and rational. I don't feel like I'm being sane and rational right now, which I guess is a plus that I'm actually acknowledging the fact that something's wrong. Okay. That something isn't right. At least there's still that part of me that the active brain cells are firing on all cylinders. Like, okay. Oh my god. I don't get it. I don't understand why you can't put on a product that actually is entertaining, fun to watch, exciting. Instead, no, let's give them the same fucking match 18 times in a month. There's shows out once a week. I've seen the same match 18 times. I've seen it at 2 pay-per-views, 4 fucking Raw events weekly, and then, like, I just... Maybe I just need better hobbies. I don't know. Maybe I gotta branch out and find something else to watch. I don't know. Maybe I should just read a goddamn book or something. Jesus, God. I mean, what? Seriously, you think about it. Just shy of like some Nazi propaganda manifesto, you don't see people going on social media downplaying books and being like, these motherfuckers suck. They suck at writing. They're horrible. You don't see that kind of stuff. And maybe I should just and then start reading books. I don't know. That's how bad the product is. That it actually makes me want to start reading fucking books. Do you understand that? Do you get that? I haven't read a goddamn book day in my fucking life. Now all of a sudden I want to start reading books because WWE's product is such fucking bullshit. I mean, again, do you understand the fucking insanity that you have perpetrated upon me, WWE Collective? Do you have any clue? Do you have any fucking clue? No, hear me. I am talking about reading books in alternate universes because I'm trying to find a way to explain why WWE is so horrible. Because there has to be a logical reason. I don't believe Vince is an idiot. I think he's a little senile. I think he's a little old and set in his ways. I don't think he's an idiot. I don't think the collective is overly stupid. So it's like, where's this stupidity coming from? If the individual people are not stupid, but yet the product is stupid, where's the disconnect? Maybe they are just fucking idiots. I don't know. Maybe the whole McMahon family is just fucking... You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. See, I think what it is... You want to talk conspiracy theories? Let's put the tinfoil hat on. Here's what I think. I think Kevin Dunn smiled. Toothfucker Kevin Dunn smiled, and the light gleamed off his fucking buck teeth. And ding! Okay, I think it sparked something in Vince. It hit him like right in the eye, and it like went up into his brain and went doink, and he's like, Roman Reigns. Okay, I think that's what it is. I think Toothfucker Kevin Dunn smiles so goddamn much that the light from the sun hits his teeth like reflector shields and like solar panels, and just and beams this light into your fucking eye, and it sparks something in your brain, and you just kind of lose control, and you piss your pants for like half an hour, and you're like, now that's a conspiracy theory I can get behind. Honest to God, I believe that is a fact. You can't even tell me that's not true. I believe that more so than Mandela. I tell you right now, Mandela effect, fuck that shit. That shit's corny. This is real. This is real. No conspiracy. No conspiracy. His buck teeth reflected light into Vince's eye, and it fucking fried his brain. The synapses in Vince's brain went bloop and stopped firing on all cylinders. He's basically brain dead. Oh, he can still function. He can still speak and stuff. You know, coherently is you know, it is what it is. But that logical side of his brain where it's like, hey, let's put on a decent fucking product because we love our fucking product. We, you know, this is our baby and we want to make our baby succeed. He don't care about the baby no more. He basically took the bathwater in the baby and said, fuck you. Okay. I blame Kevin Dunn. His fucking buck teeth ruined the universe. No, fuck CERN. I think it's Kevin Dunn's teeth that caused Mandela effect somehow. I don't know. I don't know the science behind all that. But I think he flashed his teeth, and flashed his teeth, and bloop, we just cease to exist. Our old way, our old universe that we used to live in, bloop, it ceased to exist. We just bloop. Like, you ever get that bubble wrap and you're popping it and each one of the bubbles pop, 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 pop? Each one of those is a unique individual universe. And Kevin Dunn's teeth just went bloop, 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 and just popped like a whole shitload of them. And we were originally part of that. And our consciousness is kind of downloaded into other versions of ourselves. Which is why we have like these false memories and shit. Because like, I remember one thing. Oh, but no, it's this way now. I'm telling you, it had nothing to do with CERN. I mean, maybe CERN did have something to do with it, but it was Kevin Dunn's teeth. I'm telling you right now, his fucking buck teeth fucking ruined the universe. I'm telling you, it's a fact. You can't persuade me otherwise. That's what's beautiful about it. It's like Donald fucking Trump. He can sit there and say fake news all day long, yet you can go back and read some of his tweets about Obama, government shutdown because Obama didn't get his way. He's doing the exact same thing right now with the fucking wall. He's going to shut down the government because he don't get his way. And it's like you can go back and you can read a tweet where he's like trashing Obama and then turns around and did the exact same fucking thing. It's almost hysterical. And then sit there and say, it's fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news. No, it's not fake news. It's real. It's all fucking real. It's only fake if you want it to be fake. That's the beauty of it. Because especially if you're going to lie to people, that's what's beautiful about it. If you're going to lie to people, like directly to their fucking face, and then people call you out on that shit, okay, like for example, I'll use Trump as another example. I don't remember who it was. This was probably a year ago. Somebody was in the Oval Office, and it wasn't the Oval Office, it was like outside. It was in, whatever, they were at the White House somewhere, and somebody said, okay, you said this, can we get clarification on that? Exactly what he said. And Trump was like, fake news, get out of here, you're no good. What? Asking a sitting president, what did you mean by that, is fake news? Asking for clarification is fake news. Okay. Dear leader, fuck you. Whatever. Whatever. I'm not going to get into all that bullshit. I don't want to get into that. Because I could do a whole fucking thing on that. In fact, I have before, and I'm not going to do it again. I refuse to do it. But again, you want to talk fake fucking news. Let's talk fake fucking news. Let's talk the fact that WWE is bullshit. And they come on like, oh, you're the new authority. You're the WWE Universe. You're the authority. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. If I'm the authority, then I'm, like I said, I'm stricken that fucking term, brass ring, reaching for the brass ring from the lexicon of fucking reality. You take it the fuck out. You never use it again because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay, it's fucking garbage. It's garbage times 2. Me and you, motherfucker. It's like a goddamn song. It's like a goddamn nursery rhyme out of that shit. It's fucking stupid. Get it out of there. Because anybody who did reach for the brass ring, Vince immediately crushed them. Completely shit on them. Like, well, you're not getting over. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Now, if they've got some grandiose reasons for, like, oh, well, we didn't push this guy because he's a drug addict. Okay, I could maybe deal with that. But you kind of got to tell us that. Now, obviously, they're not going to throw the guy under the bus. Like, oh, we didn't push one of the Hardys because they were all fucking drinking and smoking and dicking and fucking and whatever else they were doing. DWIing and bullshit. Okay, I get that. I can understand. Like, we're not going to push that guy because, he's a fuck up. Okay, fine. Listen, I totally dig that. I get that. But when there's no rhyme or reason why you're not pushing somebody, because, they got heat backstage. Fuck your heat backstage. How about the heat from me, motherfucker? If I'm the new authority, you don't want to piss me off, basically. Okay, you tell me I'm the new authority, yet all of a sudden, we got heat backstage. I don't give a fuck they got heat backstage. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I mean, seriously. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I really don't know. I want to try to find a logical, sensible reason why the product is as bad as it is. I just do. Now, is it Stephanie? Is she inept? I mean, everything started to shit to bed the minute she took over. We went into this PG era, cupcake era bullshit. Again, I said this in the last clip. You can have PG era. You can have all that bullshit. It's like Pixar and some of these other Disney cartoons and shit. You can have cartoons for kids, but something that's entertaining for the adults as well. You can have that. You can cater to both groups. Now, granted, you're not going to appease everybody. I get that. But you can at least have something. Okay, have the comical shit for the kids. Have the wrestling for the adults. Why is that a problem? Why? Why is that a problem? I mean, if all you're going to do is cater to children, then what's the point? Again, I don't understand. If you could just go that one little extra step, cater to the kids all you want. I get it. The kids in wheelchairs, get it. I understand it. Cancer kids, I get it. Make-A-Wish, although I'd like to know where the fuck Make-A-Wish was when I was crying myself to sleep at, 1977. Bullshit. Spina bifida and all that other bullshit. Fuck you. Reality. Scumbag ass fucking reality. Yeah, seriously, what the fuck was Make-A-Wish when I was a kid? Seriously, Spina bifida kids in the late 70s, early 80s, we got shit on, dude. We got nothing. The fucking Spina bifida clinic in Syracuse, I'm telling you right now, was run out of a fucking broom closet. Every time I would go, because I had to go every year while I was still growing, I had to go every fucking year to be checked out on. They would move. There'd be different parts of the building. Like, oh, that's not over here anymore. It's way on the other side of the other building because that broom closet opened up. They would literally run out of a broom closet. Thankfully, it started to get a little more traction later on because apparently a lot of Mothers smoke fucking pot, and then their fucking kids got spina bifida because of stupid fucking bullshit. Yeah, seriously, though, where the fuck was Make-A-Wish in 1977? Pisses me off. I would like to see John Cena in, well, maybe not 77, I was born in 77, but, 82? Where the fuck was John Cena in 82? John Cena was sucking dick in 82, that's where he was. Scumbag fuck. Ruined my fucking childhood. John Cena ruined my fucking childhood. Asshole. He looks stupid with that hair, by the way. God. Of all the fucking hairstyles you could pick, the man was basically virtually fucking bald with a little poof on the top. Now all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm gonna grow my hair out and look like a fucking total... He looks like a can of chili. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Imagine if you took a little hair weave and put it on a can of chili. That's what he looks like. He looks like a literal can of fucking chili. Hormel fucking chili with a little pop top with a little poof of hair on top. That's what his hair looks like. It pisses me off. Honest to Christ, of all the fucking hairstyles that you could fucking pick. Okay, of all the hairstyles. He had no hair. He had to grow the shit out. He had to grow the shit out. And then he settles on this Chris Wallace looking hairstyle. And nothing against Chris Wallace. It works for him, I guess. It looks so stupid on Cena, though. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. Again, it's universe. It's reality. John Cena with hair is not part of a reality I want to be a part of. It's just not. Again, if there are alternate fucking universes where anything is possible, which now that it's just getting off a little bit of a topic, like all these atheists, like, oh, God doesn't exist. Why are you using God to explain science that you can't understand? Well, if there's a fucking multiverse where every goddamn possible fucking thing exists, well then guess what? There's one where God exists. So fuck you. How about that? How about that, you stupid fucking bastard? Bill Nye, motherfucker. Some of these other assholes. Jackie Gleason, motherfucker, whatever his name is, the black guy there. I mean, seriously. Multiple fucking universe where any goddamn thing is possible, yet, oh, there's no God. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I can have 3 heads and 2 dicks, but there can't be a God. Really? There's an alternate universe. There's probably an alternate universe where gravity isn't a thing. Or it's like 0.00% off what it is right now, which means we wouldn't exist, but whatever. I mean, do you understand? Do you hear the words that I'm saying to you? There are so many possibilities. There are endless variables. But yet, out of those endless variables, there isn't one where God exists. I don't get that. Now, you can define God any way you damn well please. God could be some schmuck in a little space vehicle seeding planets. Okay, whatever you want to call it. You're telling me that on some alternate universe, there's not a gazillion possibilities where there is a version of God somewhere? Seriously? Yet, oh, God doesn't exist because it's just weak people coming up with ideas because they don't know how to explain the science behind it. So God is a good, God is a crutch. No, he's not. No, bullshit. It irritates me. That just throws me under a fucking bus. I get pissed off when I hear stupid shit like that. Again, you're telling me endless fucking possibilities. Yeah, that one possibility. Nope, sorry, that doesn't exist. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just simply don't know. I mean, we can't even account for 90% of the fucking universe. Dark matter bullshit. We can't even account for half of it. Yet all of a sudden we're like, oh, there's no such thing as God. There's no other thing. Other dimensions exist, alternate realities exist, but no God. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Now, I'm not just gonna jump in and say, well, I'm a Christian, therefore God must exist. No, fuck that too. Fuck that too. Okay. It boggles my mind. It's just simple, stupid shit like that just boggles my fucking mind. And because what happens is you have all these idiots who cater to that because, oh, he's really smart. He knows what he's talking about, so there must not be a God. Now, I don't know about you. I've lived 42 fucking pathetic goddamn years. I have not been from one side of the universe to the other. I can't tell you if God exists. I can't. Haven't been there. But yet all these people, 50, 60, oh, we know for a fact God doesn't exist. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I can't even tell you if I exist, much less whether God exists. I may not even... I don't even know if I exist. I swear to God. If you think about it, do you really exist? You think you do. You could just be a fucking brain in a jar somewhere. A literal Matrix kind of concept. But here's the kicker. The people around you, do they exist, or are they just figments of your imagination? Because, I mean, think about it. Every input that we take from our five senses goes directly to our brain, and our brain interprets our reality. So, does reality actually exist, or are it just signals to my brain saying, oh, and if that's the case, then the other people around you, do they even exist? Or are they, like I said, is your mind just making them up? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that you exist. I can't firmly say that you are an actual thing and not just a figment of my imagination. Now, if I tried to kill you because I don't think you exist, then there are consequences within the construct of the Matrix that we are in that, okay, you go to prison. Although not everybody does go to prison. Some people get away with it. You know, the Dahlia murders and shit, and Jack the Ripper and all that bullshit, killing people, hundreds of millions of people, raping and killing fucking people. You know, some people get away with it. Zodiac murder. Some people get away with that shit. I don't know. Is it part of the Matrix? Make me think, well, maybe I could get away with it too? Or maybe I don't want to, maybe I don't even want to contemplate such a thing because it's just fucked up. Again, it makes you think. The reason you believe in something is maybe because somebody else did it before and you're like, whoa, that's really fucked up. Zodiac murder, that's really fucked up. I don't want to do that. Maybe that's why they happened. Maybe that's why the shit happened in the construct of the Matrix, is so that you can be molded into believing something completely different. I mean, think about that. Now, let's assume we're all real and this is a legitimate universe and everything is what it is. Then those people had to die simply to make you feel something toward that. Like little kids in Ethiopia are dying so that I can feel guilty every time I eat a cheeseburger. I mean, think about that. Because if it's my world, seriously, if it's my universe, this is literally my universe, or at least my understanding of it is my universe, my little piece of it, then everything that happens to everybody else is happening because of me. Think about that. That's really deep shit. Now, I may have manifest you in my mind. So everything you do, you're thinking, oh, I'm living with a family, I got the kids, I got the wife, the house, the boat, the car, whatever. You got it all. But the only reason you have it is because of me. I'm not saying that in a selfish way or ego way, but I manifest you into existence. What if you didn't exist if it wasn't for me? You don't know that. My mind could be making you into an actual thing, like a video game, an NPC. Like if I go into a town, that NPC is there, but if I leave, that NPC no longer exists. So what if I poofed out of existence and then you all of a sudden you have no purpose? What if the second I die, everyone else dies? You don't know that. That's fucked up. See, you don't know that. See, because I believe everything revolves around me. Because like, okay, WWE is pissing me off right now. Well, guess what? It pissed me off. So you see what I'm saying? They're doing what they're doing. They're thinking they're doing, whatever. It's simply to piss me off. Video games, doing what they're doing, simply to piss me off. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just an angry, bitter motherfucker. I don't know. It's definitely part of it. I assume. But again, what if the entire universe is simply because I exist? And if there's multiple universes, okay, maybe you're in a certain universe where you were manifesting me. And I'm manifesting you in this one. See, that's the problem. That's the thing. We don't even know if we exist. What if I'm a manifestation of somebody else? What if you're manifesting me as an example, and I'm coming up with all this bullshit and everything that's happening around me is fucking with me, and I'm making this clip, and you're hearing it, and you're like, okay, and it's affecting you on some level. So everything that happened to me was simply to affect you. You don't. That's the thing. We don't know that. We don't know that. I literally could be an example of somebody else's manifestation. I could literally be one of the starving kids in Ethiopia concept, although I'm far from that. But you get my point. One, I'm not black, and two, I'm not thin. You know, I'm exactly the opposite of that. Okay, but you get my point. The problems that happen to me are now affecting you. And it's your world, your universe, you've created it. I mean, here's the thing about that. So right now, if this universe is simply me, everything around it is me, and there's certain parameters that have been set up that say, again, like if I said, well, I don't think you exist, so I'm going to go on a mass murder spree. Well, there's certain parameters in this universe that says, well, if you do that and you get caught, you're going to prison. Which is a deterrent from actually doing it. Now, is it a deterrent because these are actual real people with real, just they actually exist? Or is it because the Matrix says we don't want you going on a mass murder spree? I don't know. Because, again, people want to talk about God. And there is no God. Well, okay. Then why exactly? If you look at the universe, it's like a big fish bowl. And you pour the water in, the water conforms to the bowl. In other words, there are certain parameters that fit. Who designed those parameters? Who said, okay, the fish bowl is going to be like this? In other words, if gravity is like 0.0001% off, then we have a completely different universe. We do. Or at least in this pocket, this Earth that we live on, terra fuck firma, if our gravity is like 0.0001% off, okay, it's completely different. Now, obviously, there's different variants of gravity in different planets, obviously, but here, if it's even a small degree off, it's a completely different thing. Like, if you change one thing, it's completely different. And it may not support life. I mean, do you understand how intricate it all is? Now, some people believe in the funnel theory, where it's like things just sort of funnel down into this perfect, like, okay, this works, everything else doesn't work. The only problem with that is it's not logical. Like, if you took a box of Legos and just shook them for eternity, like, let's say you hooked them up to a paint mixer and just shook them forever, you're not going to build this big monument of wonder. Okay, it's just not going to happen. So even if you had all the building blocks there, the amino acids and all the bullshit and this, that, and the others, and you put all that shit together and just shook it for eternity, you're not going to just magically come up with shit. So something had to be the catalyst to engage that, to set that forge aflame. Basically, you had to start that shit. Once it started, it mass produced. So there had to be something, whether it was an event, a being, whatever. There had to be something. Again, it's like it just had to be. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Now, you can call it God, you can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. Something had to be the motivation. Even if you had a big bang and things just started spewing out, it doesn't mean they're going to spew out in a way that matters. Doesn't mean they're going to spew out in a way that forms something spectacular. Just because you got the building blocks don't mean you have a building. You go to a fucking local lumber yard, get a bunch of lumber and sheetrock and tools and shit, and you put it in your lawn, you're like, I'm going to build a house. Just because you got an earthquake doesn't mean that shit just kind of and the nails got pounded in. It doesn't work that way. Reality doesn't work that way. Something had to manifest to make that happen. And people don't want to acknowledge that. So when you put all that into perspective, like I said, I don't know if you exist. I don't even know if I exist. I could just be a figment of somebody else's imagination. I could be an AI or some fucking thing, thinking I'm alive. I don't know that. I don't know that. Because here's the kicker. If consciousness is energy, and energy is neither created nor destroyed, only changed, then guess what? I have been around since day one. You've been around since day one. Our energy simply, you know, now that doesn't mean reincarnation, because I talked about this before. I talked about this not that long ago, but reincarnation can't happen. Although technically, I guess there's one technical reincarnation, and that would be the rapture. And that's only because we are given new bodies, but they're going to have the energy signature for our consciousness. In other words, what that means is that we all give off an energy signature. That energy signature is very much like a thumbprint, a fingerprint. It's unique to the individual. It's like a radio. Yeah, the radio waves are floating around in space, but if you don't have a radio that is keyed to that exact frequency, you don't hear what's there. Same thing. Our bodies are keyed to our electrical signal, and we all give off. In fact, that's the whole point of the Matrix, that we were used as little batteries. Now, I'm not going to use that as like, oh, well, that must be true. No, I mean, whatever. You get my point. Our consciousness is linked to this body. So the idea, oh, well, there's reincarnation because that energy just keeps coming back. No, the energy has to be keyed to a specific signal, or that frequency has to be keyed to a specific channel, if you will, like a radio station or a radio. Like you tune the dial, basically. So reincarnation cannot happen on a collective, because that consciousness is only going to go to the one body that it's attuned to. And like I said, it's a unique signature on some level. Now, don't get me wrong, there's different degrees of that. Like some people want to talk about, well, if there's alternate universes, then they are on a different frequency. That's a different thing. That's a completely different thing. But whatever. So again, the only time a real reincarnation would happen would be at a rapture, where God would give us new spiritual bodies that have the same attunement to that energy signature. So our consciousness can then bloop right into that new body, because it is what it is. So yes, the dead in Christ would rise first if there were new bodies that were attuned to that energy signature. So people who died, their energy is out there somewhere, because it's not created nor destroyed, and it's just waiting for that, attunement, alignment, whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, realistically, theoretically, the whole CERN thing and the universe imploded. Like if our original universe had imploded, then our consciousness would go to the next thing. Now, the kicker about the consciousness is if there's multiple realities where we're doing multiple things, well, God says all things work together for good, and basically, you're going to be doing a lot of stuff. So theoretically, if there are multiple universes, there's multiple variants of me doing multiple variants of things. Like there's probably a version where like, oh my God, WWE is the greatest thing ever. Oh my God, okay, I'm blowing trumpets and horns and shit for it, But yeah, in this reality, it's pissing me the fuck off. Now, how can the two coexist? You got complete opposites of the spectrum. How can they coexist? They just do. Because imagine if, when all's said and done, every experience that we experience in a multiverse does come together as one collective. Now, the problem with that, you could almost be schizophrenic or some sort of multiple personality kind of thing. Because it's like, I remember Curious George having a tail. I remember Kit Kat having the dash. I remember this, that, and the other. Why do I have memories of things that didn't exist? I don't know. Maybe they did exist. That See, that's the thing. The Mandela effect is actually kind of almost theoretically possible. That's what's fucked up about it. That's what makes it so intriguing. Is that, like I said, it really could theoretically have happened. Okay, now I'm not going to sit there and say that, well, the peanut butter has got a different name, so therefore the universe must have imploded. I'm not going to sit there and say, although that is kind of funny when you think about it. I think about it, my peanut butter isn't named Jiffy, so the entire universe had to have imploded. I mean, think about it. It's a jar of goddamn peanut butter. That in and of itself is funny. I mean, that's almost comical in and of itself. But I mean, seriously, where are we going to take this fucking crap? I mean, you see where I've gone so far with it. There's more we could do with this, though. That's the thing. It started out as a clip about WWE and Vince's balls, and has gone into Mandela effects, Matrix, and fucking conscious universe. Are you kidding me? I don't know, man. I don't know. I wanted this to be like a 10-minute clip, and now it's a fucking hour. And, oh my god. But I mean, seriously though, you think about what I've said, and with the exception of maybe like one or two things that need to be maybe tweaked a little bit or worded slightly different, nothing I've said is illogical. Nothing I've said is actually wrong. Nothing I've said is non-theoretical. It's all theoretical in and of itself, because what I've stated is God's honest truth. You know. So, it may sound fucked up, but it's theoretically true. Like, for example, theoretically, angels and demons can't exist. If their waves are 180 degrees outside of ours, they can't exist the way people think they do. You know, the way the crazy, corny Christians think, the way the crazy Christians think. Well, they can't exist. God can't exist if he can exist outside of our plane of existence if his waves are 180 degrees outside of ours. The spirit concept, whatever that is. Now, let's talk about that. People say, well, God doesn't exist. Well, for example, what does the Bible say God is? God is light. God is love. God is all this stuff. Well, what is light? Light is energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. Our consciousness, energy, neither created nor destroyed. Our consciousness is God. It's very interesting. Because, and this is one of the problems I've had talking about religion here. If God does exist, let's just say he does, and our consciousness is basically part of him. He is the ultimate energy source. And God then weeds out all the bullshit and the evil and the wicked and all that stuff. And what are we left with? Are we really left with ourselves, or are we left with a variant of him? And if that's the case, then do we even exist? Because the only reason I am who I am today is because of the path that has been laid out before me. So in other words, my consciousness started it's almost like a river. It started at the source, but because of the basic bullshit of life, it's like one of those little tubes, those little straws that you see, they're twisty, and you suck up in the juice or whatever, rip the thing. It goes in the natural path that was laid out before it. So every heartache, every pain, every suffering, every bullshit, everything, kids in Ethiopia, everything I talked about earlier, help form and send that conscious energy through this maze of bullshit. So, like, okay, I look at something that irritates me. It shouldn't irritate me, but it does, and then it kind of, it's almost like Like it bounces off a wall, like it hits that and bounces off somewhere else. And it's like, okay, because that irritates me, then this over here irritates me, and then it bounces off that wall into it's like it goes down the set path that has been laid out before me. So all the things my parents did to me, all the things I allowed to happen, all the things I do to myself, the self-fulfilling prophecies that I bring to myself, like, oh gee, I'm putting that on the edge and it's gonna fall, and when it does, I'm like, God damn it. Well, why am I saying God damn it when it was my fault when I actually knew it was going to happen, and I said, I don't care, I'm gonna let it happen. Although it wasn't my intent to let it happen, it just, is what it is. You know. So you have all that shit that kind of makes you who you are. Now, does that mean we actually are who we are? Like, do I like video games because I like video games, or because of my back and spina bifida and bullshit, because I'm in pain a lot and it's just easier for me to mentally watch that shit, like WWE, and just kind of escape for a couple hours. So I'm not thinking about the fact that I'm in pain. I'm trying to watch this shit, although the fucking show itself is painful. Or I'm playing a video game, and I'm trying to be distracted. Or I'm watching a movie. Am I doing those things because I really enjoy those things, or am I doing it because I'm in pain? And if I wasn't in pain, would I be enjoying those things? I mean, realistically, if I wasn't in pain, I wouldn't be sitting around. I wouldn't be sitting around. I wouldn't be fat. I wouldn't be fat. I'd be out fucking. Like everybody else, it's how it is. So am I sitting around enjoying video games in WWE, or trying to anyway, because it's something that I really like, or because I'm kind of forced into it because I have no other option? See, that's the thing. I don't know. Do I even exist? Do I exist? Do I like what I really like? Or is it situations that formed my viewpoints into these things? I mean, think about it. Think about how much we are probably manipulated on a daily basis. Like, for example, I was thinking about this the other day. If, for example, like, what if a part of your body is in pain, but your brain isn't registering it? No, I don't want my body to be in pain. I don't want there to be a problem. Like, I would like to fix the problem if I could, but if I don't know it, but it's there, does it matter? I mean, you get what I'm saying? It's like, my mind isn't registering it, so I'm not contemplating it, so it's not affecting me. But if there's a problem, it should be addressed. I don't know, it's a very weird concept when you think about it, because it's like, okay, something is wrong, but you're not registering it. So is it really wrong? It's kind of like if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? Technically, no, because you need somebody or something there with eardrums to take that sound wave and convert it into an actual sound. So, yeah, if a tree falls in the wood, does it make a sound? Now, technically, no, unless there's an animal nearby that can pick up on that. I mean, realistically, it's a similar idea. So, like, if something is paining me and I don't feel it, like a tooth, let's say you got a tooth that's starting to go bad, like just cavity or rotted or whatever, and it's technically hurting you, but your brain isn't registering the pain until it actually eventually does, then I don't know. It's like, it's not a problem, but it is a problem. That's almost like fake news in and of itself. It's like, I don't know, that's weird. So again, how much of reality are we actually experiencing versus how much of it is experiencing us? I mean, technically, reality is experiencing us just as we are experiencing it. And on some level, we are manipulating it, but it is also manipulating us. So, again, my parents were assholes, so therefore certain things affect me a certain way. Now, I do have a choice. Like, you could have two brothers, one's a doctor, one's a fucking drug addict. Live in the same house, same setup, same everything. But they chose different paths. So it's like, I don't know. And then in an alternate universe, you could have the brother who was a drug addict who is now an accountant somewhere, and the good brother who is the doctor is now beats his wife and rapes his kids or whatever, you know. You know, so it's like now you got that working against you, and it's like I don't know. But then if the multiverse does exist and there's multiple variants of me, like I totally believe there's a version of me who looks like Tom Cruise, handsome as fuck and banging hot supermodels. Okay. And that this version of me right here right now, I have to suffer so that other versions of me can live. I believe that beyond a shadow of a fucking doubt. You can't prove it otherwise. So, but that also means there's a version where I'm a mass murdering rapist too. So now, what would happen if all those consciousnesses merge? Like, I don't want to be a mass murdering rapist, even though in an alternate universe I may be doing that. Oh, so it's like, how do you deal with that? It's almost like our consciousness is viewing the universe through our body, which is exactly what it's doing. But the choices that we make, it's almost like software to a video game. It's like you get a Genesis or SNES and you buy the game and you stick the game in. Okay, each one of those games is different with a different outcome, different boss, different this, different that. So if the SNES is our consciousness and we're plugging in this different software, what does that actually mean? Some software is better than others. Some games are better than others. Okay. But again, what does that mean? If our consciousness is the same way, if reality is the same way, what the fuck? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the simple fact that I could be doing these horrible, awful things, and that is technically a part of me? Now, I do believe we all have the ability to be complete assholes. I do. I mean, it's like the old saying, we have both light and dark in us. You know? So, how would that work? That means we would have to be experiencing every single solitary thing that's possible. The worst of the worst and the best of the best. Now, if you take us as a collective, as a whole, I don't know. Again, I don't know how that works. Now, you put that into like a salvation message, I don't know how that would work. Like, are there variants of me in alternate universes that are not saved by Jesus? I mean, think about how that would work. Jesus saves you from your sin. You accept him as Lord and Savior, blah, 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 the whole nine. You know, he died on the cross for your sins, saved by grace, the whole thing. Well, again, are there variants of me who are out there mass murdering and rapists that Jesus is like, yeah, fuck you? Or does he, you know, literally kind of the once saved, always saved thing? Like, if I get saved in one reality, I'm saved in every reality? Because that would be a very interesting take on all that shit. Like, we look at it like, oh, well, there's dark in you and there's evil in you, and sometimes you look at somebody and you give them a dirty look, and, you know, you're just a bad person. What if you really are a bad person? In a multiverse concept where you're literally doing horrible, god-awful fucking things. You know, like you're sacrificing goats on the front lawn kind of shit. Okay. That would be so cool when you think about it. Because if God knows the end from the beginning, then he knows all the possibilities. Which means he can see, he's outside of, because if God is outside of time, then therefore time doesn't exist. And he can literally see all possibilities. And if he sees the horrible things that you're capable of doing, because if we're doing it, that means we're capable of doing it. We're capable of doing the worst of the worst and the best of the best, and anything in between. So if that's the case, then that means God would forgive me for doing things I had no concept of. That's interesting. That's actually kind of some deep shit right there. That's some very cool shit. So, I don't know, man. Anyways, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm really, really tired. I'm just. Oh, God. Anyways, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to talk anymore. Fuck you.